Hello, I'm Dave Karger. Thanks for joining me here on TCM for this week's musical matinee. Today's film is a socially conscious romantic drama, but music is at the heart of the story. From United Artists in 1961, Paul Newman and Sidney Poitier star in Paris Blues. Newman and Poitier play a pair of American expats living in Paris and trying to make it as jazz musicians. Newman plays trombone and Poitier plays the saxophone. But they begin to question their career ambitions and their decision to live in Paris when they meet a couple of visiting school teachers played by Joanne Woodward and Diane Carroll. The cast also includes Louis Armstrong, who makes a memorable appearance playing a trumpeter named Wildman Moore. By this point in his career, Armstrong had been appearing in movies for 3 decades, and as early as 1932, he listed his occupation on his passport as actor and musician. Typically, the films he made featured him as a good-humored entertainer, either a trumpet player or a band leader, and as he became more famous, he usually played himself on screen. Paris Blues was one of a few movies to feature Louis Armstrong playing a fictional character. The film also benefited from the talents of another jazz legend, Duke Ellington, who composed and recorded the score. You'll hear several of Ellington's signature tunes, including Take the A-Train and Mood Indigo. Ellington made this movie right after finishing work on Otto Preminger's 1959 courtroom drama, Anatomy of a Murder. He appeared as a piano player in that movie and also composed that film's jazz score. For his work on Paris Blues, Ellington earned an Oscar nomination, and it was the only nomination the film received. From 1961, directed by Martin Ritt, here are Paul Newman, Sidney Poitier, Joanne Woodward, and Diane Carroll in Paris Blues. Paris Blues was filmed on location in Paris, and while Sidney Poitier loved the city and also loved working with Paul Newman and director Martin Ritt, he was, by his own account, miserable during most of the production. Like his character in the movie, Poitier was madly in love with Diane Carroll, but both of them were married to other people. They met and fell in love on the set of another musical film, the 1959 adaptation of Porgy and Bess. They had been trying to end their affair, but then both of them agreed to star in Paris Blues. Working together in Paris and playing lovers on screen made it difficult to cool things off between them. The movie also starred another famous couple, Paul Newman and Joanne Woodward, who were married 3 years earlier and remained happily married for 50 years until Newman's death in 2008. By the time they starred together in Paris Blues, they had already made 3 other movies together, including another with director Martin Ritt. He directed the pair in their first film together, The Long Hot Summer, released in 1958. Up next, Kim Stanley gives an Oscar-nominated performance in a British thriller from 1964. Don't go away.
Next on TCM, Seance on a Wet Afternoon. Then, Death Trap. And later, To Have and Have Not. TCM gives as good as we get today.